George. How are
Hello, how are you? Bear with me. I need to turn off so I'm not disturbed. Good morning.
I'm a speech therapist here.
We're one
And
speech
I think
therapist.
the only one that you haven't met.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
Brandon. I'm the school psychologist.
Yeah. All right. Psychologist?
Yeah.
All right. I haven't met you either.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good to finally meet you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And Lisa.
And Lisa. Yes.
We've met.
I know that last name.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. So we are just meeting today for Red One's annual meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about all the progress that he's made in speech, how he's doing. I know you guys had conferences recently too. But if we want to touch on anything about that, I'm just gonna kind of go through. How
Oh,
he's
wait.
been doing.
First off, I'm sorry that I was late. I really do apologize. I've been up dealing with this stuff, and then I was like, wait, there is something I got to do today. Like why am I up? My alarm went off, and then it dawned on me. I was like, I got to be at school.
I was late too, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
It's okay. Give me some extra time to wake up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
But I'll just kind of jump into how
Yes.
Red One's been doing
Mhm.
with speech.
Okay.
So he has been receiving speech services for 60 minutes a week, so 2 30-minute
Okay.
sessions in a small group. Comes with his class. He is so funny every time I see
Yeah, he
him.
is.
He always has an amazing story to tell me.
I know.
about something.
I know he's creative.
Yes, very, very creative. So we've been working on that R sound. So
Yes.
R blends, R in the beginning, in the middle of words, and
Mm-hmm.
R is like that really annoying sound where there's like literally 8 different types of R's.
Yeah.
There's the vocalic R's and R blends, and so it can be a monster to work on.
Yeah.
But he has mastered his speech goals and then beyond that.
Nice.
So his goals were to produce R in the middle and final position of
Mhm.
words,
That was what he was.
with at least 80% accuracy in sentences. He's doing that. He's producing all R blends and all R sounds
Okay.
with at least 95% accuracy in conversation.
Nice.
He's done something that can be really challenging for kids that I see is, with any sounds that we're working on, is generalizing it. That skill outside of the speech room that can be really challenging for some kids I see. He has picked that up like seamlessly. I know you said you noticed like in class he's producing that sound correctly. He's not had any difficulty like translating those skills outside of the speech room, which is
Good.
fantastic because it's usually something that's always a battle that I
Yeah.
have to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Testing and flying are two different things.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So for speech goals, we look at that articulation hierarchy that we work up. So when we start working on a sound that they have trouble producing, we start in syllables and words, and then
Okay.
we go to phrases and sentences.
Okay.
And then once they get past that, especially when they're older, we're doing structured reading and structured conversation tasks.
Right.
And then truly, when you've mastered a sound, you're producing it in unstructured conversations, so just your normal daily life with
Right.
adults, peers, whatever that is. And he's met that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has, go ahead.
Hey, how do you feel he's been doing speech-wise?
I haven't seen my son since September.
Oh,
Yeah. But I do get messages from him. He video messages me sometimes. He sends me text messages. That doesn't count in speech. But I do hear him talk to his sister over the phone. And I haven't really been focusing on speech.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
However, what I did pick up is more confidence, and I'm assuming that is directly related to, if he's getting positive reinforcements from speech, and then he knows that that's an area that he's solid in, then he's just like showing more confidence in that area when he's talking to his sister, or whenever I hear him speak.
do you notice more confidence in your classroom?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, more confidence with Rwan is probably dangerous because.
I can see that.
So
That's a fair point, too.
I'm interested in hearing about that. But yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, but I do sense more confidence
Good.
when he speaks. Mm-hmm.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when we look at speech services in the school, we want to make sure that we are keeping kids in the general education classroom as much
as
we
possible,
possibly can be. Of course, we don't want to be pulling them out for services if they
Right.
don't need to be pulled out.
Which is probably leading into my question. Go ahead.
Hopefully the same question.
Yeah.
As far as Red One getting speech services in school and demonstrating a need for those, he's mastered his goals.
So why is he with you?
So my proposal is that he won't be
Yeah, I agree with that.
ready
There's no
for
reason.
graduation.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to stay there if he's mastered all his goals.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when would he be able to graduate from the program? Or at least,
Today.
All
Yeah.
right, let's-
He's done. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Done this week, so he can graduate from speech services, which is fantastic. And
Good job.
And Sarah's done a good job of really reinforcing it, like congratulations,
Good.
getting a prize.
He loves that. He loves prizes and praise. I mean,
who
we all
doesn't
do.
love a prize?
Right, we all do. But
Absolutely.
for him, it means just that much more. So that's good.
Yeah.
Good job. Congratulations on him. Yeah, okay.
And he loves going to Sarah, so Sarah has said that he can still visit her.
Oh yeah.
Anytime.
Well, don't. He'll do that. He's down to make a friend, and then
It's okay. I have a
Yeah.
whole little third grade posse that comes in.
Yeah,
and
my
everybody
gosh.
says, my room's right there, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing? What
Yeah.
are you doing? Can I put this in here? I need some crayons."
yeah.
I'm like, "Come on!" But then you have to get out in a couple minutes.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, he's more than welcome to stop by anytime. But
That's good.
yeah, so great news.
Yes.
That he's graduated, and so then he won't be on that IEP
Mm-hmm.
for speech, so will be off of that. So yeah.
All right. What other things are on his IEP that we need to discuss other than his speech, which is good?
So as far as like receiving services, and I think that it's just
the speech.
just a speech IEP.
Right. Well, I know. Well, okay. Yeah. The services are just speech, but then like he had something about his little Chewy toy and stuff. Like, so how is that? How is his Chewy toy working with you? Like, how is that? Because Mom and we don't agree on the Chewy toy thingy. Because when I did have him, I didn't allow Chewy toys. And when I did have him, we stopped and we pronunciated the word correctly. So this was a daily thing that we would adjust versus just saying that that's not wrong and substituting with the Chewy. So when he's with you, is he utilizing his little Chewy toy?
Do you want me to so he has it as needed, he has access to it in the
okay.
classroom. Do you want to kind of touch on?
Same. And
I don't see him with it. He doesn't bring it.
He hasn't used it as much. I have it hanging on a wall, and he self-monitors, and he goes and gets it when he needs it. Usually when he's writing,
Yeah.
so he can focus.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I have noticed that as a good tool for him during that time. And then he needed it with you one day. But other than that,
One day, this
Yeah.
whole school year, the other week, he
know.
was chewing on a pencil top eraser. I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like,
Mhm.
"You need to chew. Go get that at least. Like, you can't choke on a pencil eraser top."
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not having that day.
Yeah, no.
But
Yeah.
that was the only time.
So I've seen it as a good
That I've
tool
seen
because
that.
he doesn't use it very often, and usually it's during independent time.
Yes.
But when he's participating, whether it's verbally or like with a partner, he's not using it.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And as far as accommodations go, we had discussed a 504 plan.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with what a 504 plan is?
I am, but please remind me.
So whereas an IEP is he's being pulled out of the classroom to receive services,
Yes.
a 504 plan allows him to receive accommodations without
Within
missing-
class.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on
Extra
that
time on his test,
Exactly.
or more scratch paper or something like that.
Yeah, so those are the things. Those are some of the things we discussed. Where he can have extra time on assignments, on tests. He can take tests in like a quieter, smaller
Mhm.
environment if he needs.
That would be the Chewy toy.
Yeah, the Chewy toy would be on there again, like just in case he needs it. But I don't see him using it as often as he used to. I think he's kind of realizing like maybe I don't need this, or I don't know if he feels like he's like being like it draws attention to him. I don't know if.
No, I don't think he cares about the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a kid. He doesn't. He's
Because
not
I've
a
seen
boy.
him tell the kids like, "Oh, it's just my shoe."
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, that's not him. No, it's typically in his settings where he's alone, right? And when he's doing something that is demanding of his like full attention, right? So if he's in a group setting, it makes sense while he's not using it, because all of his senses are, he's writing, he's listening to you, he's looking at you, right? He's doing a lot of stuff. He doesn't need to focus on anything, right? But if he's writing and he's writing up something by himself, I see at the home, that's when he struggles the most, because he's thinking of what it is that he's doing, but then there's nobody to socialize with or break that
It kind of gives
concentration.
them something to do.
Yeah, basically something extra to do, because
Yeah.
you're already supposed to be doing something. But yeah, so yeah, so that's good that he's breaking away from that. Yeah, that's good. Any other 504 items that he's breaking away from, or?
So the accommodations that he has right now on his IEP are, that one we just went over, to have access and use that shoe as needed.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
fine.
like he's definitely using it less though. Gain attention before giving oral instructions. Breaking down instructions into smaller steps if needed. And then I didn't write these. Have him repeat instructions to verify that he understands. And then for testing, it was test in a separate, quieter room as needed. Allow extra time if needed. And then one that I do think he doesn't need anymore. Have someone who is familiar with his speech test him when oral responses are required.
That's ridiculous.
His speech is perfect.
Great.
So as perfect as anyone's speech is. So that one I don't think that is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the other ones, I feel like Lisa does anyways. Like
Yeah.
with students. Yeah.
It's just things that you already do. And so those are the ones.
That will help with state testing, right? He'll be able to be in a different location, which is a good accommodation to keep, I think, for everyone.
Which one? The
So like when we do,
testing in a separate location. Okay.
honestly, just because he gets so distracted, I think that would be beneficial because it'd be a quieter space. Like I'm kind of the same way too. Like sometimes when I take a test, I need to be like completely removed from any sound.
Or like
Yeah.
people, the
Yeah.
sound people
Just the sound
writing.
of- oh my goodness, yeah. So I think. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry. I think that'll be a good one to have.
All right, then let's keep it.
And then so what will happen from there is and I think, yeah, you met with Mrs. Waite, our assistant principal,
Yes.
a couple weeks ago. So she is the 504 coordinator for the school.
Oh, okay.
So she will be reaching out, and so it's a really short document where it just lays out, like, these are his accommodations in which environments in the school. So then she'll be reaching out to write up that document.
That'll work.
You're part of that. So she knows what he currently has and then can adapt from there. Nothing has to stay on, or if there's something that comes up that
Well, I mean,
be able to be
what do we have?
helpful.
Chew toy, breaking down instructions.
And I just think that's something good teachers do anyways.
I mean, yeah. So what is yeah, explain that to me.
So instead of saying, okay, this is very basic, but
Please
go get
keep
your
it basic.
reading- like stand up, go get your reading book, put your binder away, and then line up. Like that's a lot of steps for some kids to remember. So maybe like, okay, like when I say go put your reading book away and return to your desk. So you're just breaking it down into smaller steps, so it's not so many directions all at once.
Ridwan has a problem with that?
Most kids have a problem.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. But no, I ask you.
Like, minds are going a mile.
I ask you because out of both my children, they're like day and night,
Yeah.
right? So they're very easy because
Yeah.
if you have this problem, I can almost guarantee your brother doesn't, right? Like that's just really how this works. And same thing for Ridwan. Like Layla doesn't have his problems, the personality,
so different.
they're so completely different. That's Layla's problem, right? So
Ridwan's pretty systematic. Like he's pretty good, but I will say he's one of the kids. There's a lot of them that go get up and put their reading book away, and then they start talking to another friend.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they get distracted.
Well, that was
and
me.
then by,
You know.
like,
Very social.
what were you supposed to do? And then he'll repeat the directions, like what's in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just.
So
distracted.
it's basically just okay, step by step instructions.
Right, and that can be for
Okay.
everything.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah, then because that's his engineering mindset. You know, he
Exactly.
likes to build. So every building is just step by step by step. So
And that goes along with reading, writing, math.
Right,
which
math.
is
So
really
I'm like, how's he doing in math? He's still
Great.
doing okay in math? That's a good, man. That's good. Okay.
Gonna be an engineer when he.
He was so excited.
Well, that's what I keep telling him.
We have a parent that's an engineer right now. He works in rocket science, I think, and he is going to come talk to the class.
Nice.
And he was our mystery reader a couple weeks ago. But anyway, you should have seen Ridwan's eyes just light up when he found out. He was like, "Oh my goodness, please come back!" Like,
Yeah.
he's going to do it. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have faith in him.
Yeah, I'm always hearing about Prodigy as the math
Oh.
one, right? He's like, I got to a new level in Prodigy. I beat the highest score in Prodigy, or I did this in Prodigy. I'm like, oh my.
Well, he does his own videos.
Yeah, he has his own YouTube channel, so he does his own videos where he's building stuff
Funny.
and he's creating and he's explaining. The videos, though, he has this voice where he uses, where it's a kid's voice, he's a kid, but it's a kid imitating a kid's voice. Okay, yeah, there you go. And when he does that, his pronunciation just goes out of the window, because he's emulating a baby's voice, what he thinks a baby sounds like and how they talk. So, yeah, but
Have
man,
you guys heard it? Have you seen it?
Oh, I haven't.
yeah,
Have him show you because he loves to explain as you watch.
yeah, he'll do that. Just give yourself at least 25 minutes for 5 minutes of viewing.
I should watch it. I'm gonna be
Carson
on him
time
like,
out.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
This is
that's
not how
true,
you
that's
say
true.
those
It might be
sounds.
good.
Yeah,
How are you know?
yeah.
Gotta come back to speech now.
Haha.
The extra time in his reading, is that in just his classwork, or how does that work?
The extra, like the accommodation for extra time, that'd be more for.
And so now
testing.
that I'm reading it, and I'm just reading exactly what the accommodations are in his IEP. It says for instructional, allow extra time for oral responses.
Yeah. So that sounds like you give him a command and you give him like 3 minutes to process it and then, speak on it.
So I don't see, and one, I don't think that's one that he needs then. But two, so yeah, I don't see one for like extra time on, it's like a writing assignment that he needs.
I would say that's something we do for all kids anyway as well. Like that's considered, we call it wait time.
Yeah.
And it's giving, so sometimes, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. All my alarms are going off.
Time to wake up.
Is that kind of,
Right.
it's just considered, we call it wait time because some kids need extra time to kind of formulate their thoughts before they speak. So sometimes that might look like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll let you think about it, I'll come back to you,
Mhm.
give somebody else an opportunity to share, gives them some time to think, and then Ron, are you ready to share? Yep, okay. So it's just something I do for everybody anyway.
Yeah, I just thought that was good communication.
That's what that's referring to.
I believe so. I believe so. So yeah, like I said, these are just, Mrs. Waite has the ones that were on his IEP to keep which ones are needed, to take off which ones.
Okay, so
he
mom's
feels
already
is
mom's
not-
already done IEP and she's given her input on it.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's
Not
the
for
reason.
504 yet, though.
No, nothing's been done for the 504.
Okay, so I thought the IEP was the 504 and like speech.
So we had to have the IEP first to officially dismiss him from speech, and then so now we can go into not like right now, but then we can go into the 504 now that he has been officially dismissed. from
Oh,
speech.
okay. There's
So
it's
they're two
steps.
separate, yeah.
Okay, there's steps. I see.
Because she's in charge of the IEP, but then Mrs. Wade is in charge of the 504.
Understood.
So it's two separate
Okay.
processes.
There are tier steps. Got it. Understood.
Yes. So Mrs. Waite, she has the information. She knows to reach out.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Nothing's
she knows.
worked on.
She knows.
No, nothing's been scheduled.
Yeah.
And then that will be. I will not be on that.
Yeah, because you're gonna
Yes.
graduate them.
You met me. Then I'm done. Yeah, I will not be on it. But of course, his classroom teacher, Mrs. Waite, yourself, Mom, you guys
Yep.
will work that 504 document out for
No problem.
accommodations. And then that is, nothing else on his IEP though that he'd be like losing, for lack of a better word.
Is there anything that you would want to see on the 504?
To be honest, no. I'm trying to work him off the 504, and get him solely in like the way he should be.
For what it's worth, the 504 is like it's things that Lisa does.
Yeah, I mean, that's
it's not
basically-
gonna be anything different.
Basically, what I'm looking at here, outside of the chew toy, this should just be a normal
Good
good
classroom
teacher.
management. And that's
You know.
but now it legally has to be done.
Yeah, and that, but see, then that is, and that also is why I'm trying to get him off of it, because, you know, if I have to legally tell you to do your job, then I should not be around you and trusting you with my children, right? Because you have 19 so plus other children that you need to take care of, and you know this is a hassle. Plus, privately, I know how this can affect a company. And I know the type of people that can abuse it, and I'm trying to eliminate that. Okay. So, with that being stated, yes, I want the 504 done, but at the same time, they're outside of the quiet space for him. I think that that's the most beneficial because, you know, he can get lost in his frustration if he's trying to figure out a problem, and then cotton candy on a fan will like distract him for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? You know,
Distract me too.
Yeah, so that's good. But other than that, like, we'll
It's
see.
just kind of good, just classroom management
Yeah,
skills. But
that's
the
what it
good thing
sounds
about
like.
it, if for some reason he goes anywhere else, or next year the teacher, they would have access to like, so because not every teacher.
Yeah, because it does follow
is-
him.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it does follow him. But I mean, if this is fine, if it takes a couple years to do, it's just if we're doing it correctly. But I mean, I seen his grades, you know, and after, yeah, he's doing good.
He's doing really good.
You
Proud
know.
of him.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with that. You know, yeah, he's doing good.
And side note, like the confidence, I think has been a game changer for him in all areas.
Yes,
Right?
yeah, the
Like
confidence
how
to do
he,
that.
like you were saying, he gets so down on himself sometimes, and he gets so stuck in that process that he's done a really good job calming down and telling himself that he can versus he can't. So that's something I've been working a lot on.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh. So steps coming off, the IEP will be
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Do the 504 as needed. Like I said, she'll be reaching out. Not that I'm aware of. Nothing's been scheduled or set or anything.
No, she'll
So-
reach out to me and to let me know what's happening.
Oh, yes.
Now we are in very tight communications.
Yeah.
So we're good on that area. Yeah, okay. What else we got today? They're
More
trying to get you
alarm.
back in class.
It's a busy morning. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me check.
As far as the speech standpoint, that's all I have for you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me or any of us or?
No, I don't. Not at the moment. Well, what do you do? What?
Couldn't tell you. No. I'm a school psychologist, so I actually don't work directly with Ridwan.
Okay.
I just sit in at these meetings in case there are any questions.
I see.
But he knows who. I mean, we know. Yeah, he knows who I am. He says hi to me every time he sees me. I've been in Lisa's class a few times. But I work with students that have difficulty learning in the classroom environment, like ADHD, autism,
Yeah.
dyslexia, and then so I do a lot of testing with students. I'm like the tester, which like isn't a great.
Yeah, it sounds a great title for the
No, not
kids.
a great title.
Hey, that's the tester.
It's
Stay
like-
away from him.
When they see me,
They
it's like,
still all like
They
you.
they
You have a hard job. You got to really make your job fun.
Yeah, I try. But when kids see me, they're like, "Oh no, is he gonna get me for a test?"
Yeah, touching you.
No.
That's sad, man.
So, but I try to make it fun.
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
So I do a lot of testing, and then I write like evaluation reports, and then provide input to the either Sarah or the special education teachers when they're writing their IEPs. Like, hey, they have memory deficits, so incorporate a lot of like mnemonic devices or helping with memory, or they have visual perceptual deficits, so they need a lot of like visual aids to help them.
Yes.
So that's but I also just talk with students who are just gonna need a place to relax and vent. So, but I don't really work with Ridwan that much. So,
All right. But you've engaged with him and you've seen him.
Yeah.
So, and you, in your professional opinion, you're like, yeah, he's cool.
yeah, he's super cool.
All
Like,
right.
I think he's
Professional words.
super cool. He's super cool.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. We all know what super cool is.
Yeah, he is not someone that's like come up on my radar. Like if teachers will be like, hey, like, can you pull this kid and he's just
He's
yeah.
awesome.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry. All right. That's good. All right. That's good. No, I don't have any other questions. I'm happy to hear that he's doing good in school and doing his class, and really happy about his pronunciation. Um, this has been a long journey with that. And some of the words have just been absolutely freaking funny. 3 years ago, it was, let's see, he's 9. Yeah, I mean, he's 5. It was spaghetti, like moving up until 5. And
It's a hard
spaghetti
one.
took like a year and a half to be like, bruh.
How would he say it?
An adult can't pronounce it like that.
Paschetti.
But yeah, it's something along those lines. But he would just say it with so much emphasis and confidence, like he knew he was nailing it. You know what I mean? So that's the thing.
Brilliant.
He would just say it in a conversation. He wouldn't stutter. He never had a stuttering problem. It was his pronunciation, because he'll be like, oh yeah, hey Dad, what are we having for dinner today? Yesterday we had that spaghetti, or that spaghetti, and like it was really good. Like I would like some more of that spaghetti. You know what I mean? And you're just like, what? What did you say? And then he'll say it again, and then he'll slow it down for you as if like you can't hear, because he's like getting mad, and you're just.
I'm saying bugabada. You don't get
And
it.
you're just like, and it would frustrate him.
Yeah.
So I had to stop doing that, and just be like, no, this is the word. And then it would take like 4 or 5 attempts before he maneuvered it around, but it would be the next time he would forget and do it again.
Spaghetti's a hard one.
Refrigerator. I would say.
Oh, refrigerator was the same way.
I would always say friger.
Yeah.
Still do sometimes. But I'm going to the friger. So that took a long time for my parents. Like, no, like refrigerator, like friger. Like I'm saying that friger. Like in my
Yeah.
you just hear it differently in your own.
I think I stopped trying to help him with that, because it was in conjunction with spaghetti, and I just said fridge. You know what I mean? And he's like,
Yeah.
fridge. Yes, let's do that.
It's part of the refrigerator.
It's part of the fridge. It's part of the refrigerator. And so, yeah, it was, but I noticed that it was words that he just did not use all the time over and over again, and those sight words, those fast words, like those words he uses every single day. When I think about it, back in the day, his first words were his sister's name, so he called Layla for the first time. But he called her in a way where you knew he was calling Layla, but his pronunciation was a little off. Mm-hmm. But because he used that name over and over again, that name he mastered in the accent of Arabic. So like, when he says his sister's name, like unconsciously, he just says it with that emphasis of how her name is supposed to be pronounced. But then, it falls off with everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes me,
Yeah. I was rah-rah for a really long time to my younger brother.
yeah.
He was in speech for a while.
Yeah, probably
Blame
taught
me.
him
He was a
too.
late talker, so they blame me.
You were aggressive with him, keeping him suppressed.
He said that he didn't need to talk. I talked for him.
Oh, well then, heck, that makes sense.
He's fine now.
You know?
He's very
Never
successful.
needed to
He's
learn.
fine.
Why do I need to learn this? I have somebody to do this for me.
Exactly.
That's clever. I can dig
Early
that.
calling. But
All right. Is there anything else?
Not from us. And I feel like I ask kids this, but like, how are you doing? Just that I know, like, just everything going on. Like, are you
We talk about the weather, or we talking about my situation with the kids?
anything you want to talk about?
I'm terrible, man. I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible. I'm fighting for something that is a right that shouldn't even be questioned. I am embarrassed that I have to answer questions that the evidence speaks for themselves if you like literally continue reading down, or if you just look to the left. I'm being criticized and lied upon to the community, which actually I don't care about that, to be fair. I shouldn't go too extreme. That I don't care that she's doing this and she's telling everybody else, because everybody else knows the truth. Like I can't tell you the amount of support that I have received through this journey. But you guys and like her therapist and like facilities like that, it makes it a problem. because the people that she tells socially, they've met me. Once you see me with my kids, that's a wrap. There's no way that you're going to tell this person in any period of time moving forward that he was abusive and he was beating these children and he was doing X, Y, and Z. Because the first impression that they get when they meet me with my kids is that he's all about his kids. If you've never seen me with my kids, you've seen me dealing with my kids, my daughter calling me, my son texting me, my phone has my kids on it, my passwords are always my children. I'm always conversating about my children, right? So it makes it difficult for them to believe this as well. Plus, but the biggest problem is the children. The children are being affected in ways that I can no longer control or protect because they're getting too old. Layla's seen it, right? Layla understands now, right? It's becoming more and more difficult for me to answer my daughter's questions and not lie to her about the answer. And we have a rule in the house. We don't lie to each other. Like that's just the rule. If you lie, whatever you're lying about is set aside and the lie is addressed first and you're punished for the lie. Then we have to figure out why you lied and what you lied about, right? And then deal with that matter at hand. So the kids, they don't lie to each other. They don't lie to myself, but I also hold myself to the same standards. And the kids understand that. Dad, where are we going, right? We're going home. Or we're going this away, right? If I don't want to tell them that we're going home, right? Because they understand that Dad has to answer us and he has to be truthful. Dad can, where are we going? Oh, we're going this way. Well, what's over here? Well, over here is actually the gas station on the corner. The corner is over here, Well, what's beyond that? Where's our final destination? Well, heaven, hopefully, you know what I mean? So it's teaching them